I'm recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready to do this next one?
Oh, we're doing another one?
Yeah, why not? Just knock him out.
I don't want to knock him out. Ah! Ah! Hi! So, we're doing horror again, but this is different because we're doing more new. We're not doing classic.
We're doing like the new to modern horror movies. So, what I would consider from like 1990, damn fly,
I would say
1990 till now. That's my choice, but you know.
my version is different because I drop classics off at like the 60s, and then more new is 70s to present. So.
You realize that the 70s is over 40 years ago, though.
But I don't feel like they're still classics yet.
Okay.
Then again, my classics are like the 20s. So.
Yeah.
I have a different version of classics.
All right.
If you agree with me, put it in the comments. My number 5 is 2006, The Hills Have Eyes. Terrified me to the point where never want to go on a road trip. Never want to be anywhere near the desert. Never want to.
Which is actually funny because just recently you did take a road trip through the desert.
Yeah, and I made sure that we were out of the desert before nightfall.
The Hills Have Eyes, I never saw it. Again, I'm not a horror movie person, so I haven't seen it yet.
It's so, like, I cringe just thinking of the makeup and the whole isolation of that entire movie, and the fact that it's not so far-fetched like zombies, even though that's my biggest fear, or like, you know, giant spiders, or, you know, it's not far-fetched that there could be people out there that will totally gut you like a little thing.
Cut you like a pig?
Yeah, cut you like a pig. There we go.
My number 5 pick is Paranormal Activity 1.
Didn't see it all the way.
Surprisingly, you have not seen it all the way through, which kind of shocks me.
In my defense, I do own it, but my DVD only has like 30 minutes of the movie. So when I watched it, I bought it, watched it, and I was like, is this what everyone's freaking out about?
I'm sure there's been other movies, but the most recent one that I can remember starting the whole found footage was the Blair Witch Project. As far as like, oh, this is real, and you know, selling that idea that this is real and that we found this footage and all that stuff. Like,
I'm sure
I'm sure there are, but like Blair Witch to me was like the first one that I saw that was like that. Well, to Paranormal Activity,
I think that was the first main one that became mainstream.
I think probably, yeah.
So my number 4 would have to be 2003, House of a Thousand Corpses. Another, even though I say I'm not a big gore.
That's Rob Zombie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I say I'm not a big fan of gore, to me that wasn't gore. That was, I mean, it's not like gore like Saw or those, you know, I can't even think of one right now. But House of a Thousand Corpses, the incest, the necrophilia, the you know, just...
I've never seen it, so I don't know what she's talking about. But
yeah, the wearing of the skin and the grossness.
You got me at incest and necrophilia.
How have you not seen this movie?
I'm not a horror person. All right, so my number 4, is actually a relatively new movie, and it actually did scare the bejesus out of me. And that'd be Lights Out.
Oh, that one. Oh, the short. The short got me when
originally,
I first saw the short.
Because we both saw the short at the same time, we were actually in film school, and our instructor showed it to us to give us an idea of, you know, how something so simple can work. And that short scared the bejesus out of me. So when they made it a feature-length movie,
I had to see it. I had to.
She had to, and because I'm with her, I had to as well. Because as soon as that movie got announced, and it's like, oh, Lights Out, you know, it's a full feature-length movie, and the trailer dropped, and you saw it, you were like, I'm gonna see it, and I was just like, I'm not gonna see it, but yeah, you got me to see it, which, yeah, her movements.
Oh
Her
yeah.
movements like were just like creepy, like that.
And
That
the
type
sound
of movement.
of her bones cracking as she walks, like that
Yeah.
terrified me.
That to me is
Mm.
a great choice as far as making people uncomfortable, because
No one likes the sound of
bones
bones cracking.
bones are not supposed to sound like that, and people are not supposed to move like that.
My number 3 is actually done in 2000. I'm not sure if anyone really is. I mean, it didn't get much hype, so people probably don't know this movie. But it's Shadow of the Vampire.
Don't know it.
Of course. It's actually a making of Nosferatu with, I always say his name wrong, and I know it. I want to say William, but it's Willem
Willem
Dafoe.
Dafoe.
He plays Nosferatu, and that character for him,
He probably did not need that much makeup.
you'd be surprised. He needed a little.
It's a creepy dude. Good actor, but creepy looking dude.
And that, to me, was just amazingly done. Is that even a word? Amazingly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think it was, but... Him playing Nosferatu, like, to me, that there are just some roles that when you think of a character, you automatically think of the actor that should go with that. Willem Dafoe.
Like, think
is
of, like,
defi-
Will I Am from Black Eyed Peas. Well, no, not really, because there's no I. Never mind.
You need to watch it. Shadow of the Vampire, 2000. Please watch it.
Okay. Is it on Netflix? Oh, well, you guys will find it. Just find it.
Just
Anyway.
we don't have a link yet
Yeah.
to these videos.
All right. So, my number 3 horror movie is As Above, So Below. Another movie that made me watch. Yeah, it is good. The Catacombs in Paris. Everyone knows about them. And again, biggest fear of mine is going down there, getting trapped down there. Ugh.
And guess what the movie is about?
Yeah, and so that's basically what it's about. And I like that there's not really a A-list or well-known actor in the movie, so it's like a lot of like new actors, or not actors not well known, but every single person in that movie does a great job, great performances. The psychological like horror that they go through, creepy, especially, and I feel for this dude. I think his name was Benji. Anyway, he's the guy who gets trapped, like, and he's stuck, and it's in the trailer actually. He's stuck in that, and everything's around him, and they're like those witch things are like right behind him, and I could just imagine those things like grabbing his feet and pulling him back. Just that. Remember when we were watching it, I couldn't even sit still.
He left.
No, I didn't leave. I had to get up.
No.
I had to get up and walk around.
He seriously left his seat and started walking around and like tried to not look at the TV, but couldn't not look at the TV.
Yeah, it was like it's like
the most uncomfortable I've ever seen him.
And basically, the twist at the end was really.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers on this particular one, but the twist at the ending surprised me. Like, I did not see it coming, and that's actually what really won me over with that movie. Once it was over, I was like, wow. Love the ending, love the twist, thought it was great. I like this movie.
And hates the movie.
And hates that. I hate that one particular scene. That just creeped me out.
Well.
I'm getting all whatever right now.
Right? Well, get over it. 2013 is my number 3, which is The Conjuring. I watch that movie all the time with my mom. It could be Easter and we'd be watching it. Like, she loved that movie. Bathsheba, the makeup on that witch, the just all terrifying. And the main actress, the one that plays the mom, I don't know her name. I should.
I actually don't know her name either.
Yeah, I should know her name. I should have wrote it down. But her in, The Haunting, there's one scene in the like mirror room and she does this terrifying face. And then you see her in The Conjuring and she has the demonic makeup on her. That woman's just, her face is so perfect for horror.
Perfect for horror. So my number 2 is Insidious. First of all, James Wan, I believe he's Korean. Those Koreans, man, they know their horror. They have some of the creepiest movies ever, and but Insidious, I saw it when it came out in theaters. I believe it was 2010. I saw it when it came out in theaters, and I was like, you know what? It was good. It scared me. I'm not going to watch it again. I don't have to watch it again because I've seen it. She made me watch it again, and I remember I told you, I was like, I don't want to watch it again because I already saw it, and it really did scare me. Like, it creeped me out.
I bitched and bitched to the point where at the end of the movie he said, I hate you right now. He's like, I'm going to hate you for about a week.
So, yeah, and so that movie, I mean, the whole idea of, like, astral projecting yourself as far as, like, what is it, lucid dreaming? I mean, okay, like, I've heard about it, and I've heard that people can do it and all that stuff, but, like, this actually goes in depth of what it could really be or what it really is.
The further.
Yeah. And, so, like, I love the story. I thought it was great. I love, I believe his name is Patrick Wilson. Great actor. I think he's a great...
Love him.
Patrick Wilson, even though he's done other movies, he's great at horror movies. So, him in that movie...
Which I don't think he actually likes horror, but he's so good at it. I don't think the actor...
Great, he's great at it, yeah. But yeah, he's great in that movie. You guys, if you haven't seen it, watch it. If you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
So my number one, which I consider it not just only a classic, but just one of the best horror movies of all time, in my personal opinion. I don't care what era you want to throw it in. 1978 Halloween. I've done 6 papers on it while growing up, and I've analyzed it to death. Probably, I'm beating a dead horse when I talk about this movie over and over.
That is for sure.
I'm obsessed with it. Love it. I know every stupid little fact about it. It was my first horror film that, like, you know, everyone, like my best friend Jazzy, she has, shout out, she's obsessed with Freddy. In my opinion, Freddy is a bitch compared to Mike Myers. You could be asleep, you could be awake. Mike will get you. He does not care. Like, you chop it, like in one of the movies, you chop his head off, motherfucker comes back still. Because it wasn't him, but anyway.
Yeah.
You know, Jason only became around because Mike Myers did so good that the studio made a Jason. That's the only reason why Jason's around, so to him. Okay?
Yeah.
Just saying.
So,
Mike, all the way. Halloween, greatest movie of
Team
all
Myers.
time. Of all time.
So, my number one the horror movie in today is, I think it was your number 3, which was The Conjuring.
It's pretty good.
That movie, like...
Yeah, at least made my list.
Yeah. That movie, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but I did not know that clapping could scare me. Which
right?
It did. Like, it literally is just a pair of hands.
And it's terrifying.
I was like, ah! It's freaking clapping, and it scared me.
Mm-hmm.
That was another movie that you made me watch, because I was like, no, I'm not a horror person, but again, you made me watch it, and it was...
You don't get a say when it comes to horror with me.
Very
You really
true.
doesn't.
It was easily the only horror movie that you showed me where after that movie ended, I was like, dude, I love this movie. It's a great movie. Again, James Wan. So yeah, it's like number 1 and number 2 are both directed by the same guy. But yeah,
pattern
James
here.
Wan, dude, he's like, man knows how to scare me. But love it. You know, it introduced me to Ed and Lorraine Warren. You know, the real life.
Which I was surprised he had no idea existed.
Yeah, I didn't know this. Again, true story that it was based on. It's like I had no idea that Ed and Lorraine Warren were real people who did this for a living. But it introduced me to them. It introduced me really to James Wan, even though, I mean, Insidious came out before, I believe, but it wasn't until The Conjuring where I was like very aware of James Wan's work. So it introduced me to those two. To me, it reminds me of a classic horror movie. It's like where you don't really see anything. It's the things that are happening around them that makes it very scary. And you know, of course, you see like all, like the mother at the end, all but it's like that's like the great. You don't see it throughout the movie. It's like the great build up. The climax of the movie is that scene at the end in the basement. So once again, you know, if you guys have movies that would be on your list, let us know in the comments below.
Or if you think our list is bogus, let us know as well.
But again, it's our personal opinions. I'm sure there's going to be movies on there that people are like, oh, well, I love this movie, and other people are going to be like, what? That movie fucking sucks, dude. Like, what? So, yeah. Let us know below what you guys would have on your list.
All right.